Lew Hollander turning 90 years young this Saturday, June 6th. You're doing Saturday what's known as a Sprint Triathlon. Can you tell our viewers what that means exactly? What's involved in a Sprint Triathlon?
Yeah, it's a half a mile swim, and it's a 12.5 mile bike ride and a 5K run.
I think most people would say, man, Lew looks great for 90. Are you offended by that comment at all? I don't know what a 90-year-old is supposed to look like, but I would say that you look great.
Well, yeah, I was asked what my greatest accomplishment was, and I said that I can jump out of bed in the morning and not hurt anywhere, and I can run up the hill behind my house.
I mean,
So
really,
I
you
feel
don't have
that
any,
way.
no back issues? Your neck doesn't
I
bother
have
you?
no
Nothing
issue.
bothers you?
I have no issues, none. I mean that I know about.
And have you gone 90
No.
years like this? I mean, basically your whole life has been
Well,
pretty much
no,
injury and
no, I've had a
pain-free.
few ups and downs. I've had a few ups and downs.
You told me before, Lew, that you have a goal. Because I thought, 90 is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm targeting 120. I realize that's beyond the normal current lifespan of anybody. So, but I'm hoping that they will have innovative interventions that will lift me over the last 10 years or whatever. I think I can make it easy. And I shouldn't say that because you never know, a truck runs over me or something. But in general.
Wear a big yellow vest to keep those trucks away from you, Lew.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think, like I told you before, I think that you have to use it or lose it. I live with that motto.
Obviously, you're in great shape. The fact that you're going to run this triathlon, you're going to cycle, you're going to swim, you're going to run on your 90th birthday. But what has kept you in this good of shape to this point?
I just have a drive to do that. And I feel good. I think that to accomplish my goal of 120, I realize that's out there, but everybody has to have goals. And I think you have to go anaerobic every day. Now I give that at every talk, and I get really a hard sell because nobody wants to go anaerobic. What do you mean? That means you can't breathe. You're not comfortable.
Well, what do you mean by that exactly? Because I don't think I'm doing it right. What do you mean by saying you have to go anaerobic every day? What do you mean exactly?
Well, like I have a hill. I'm big on hills, so I run up the hill and I run as hard as I can, which these days isn't very great, but I do it. And then you get tired. Your muscles start cramping up, and then or not cramping, but you're stressed. And you're breathing hard. That's when you have to push on harder. If that makes any sense.
No, it does.
Yeah. Then you push through that, and you go until you can't go any further. Now you got to stop before you pass out. Well, that's what will happen when you go anaerobic. That means no air, and you're not processing enough. I think that your whole endocrine system, that's the pituitary and the pineal gland, the whole glandular system, which is what determines aging, says, hell, this guy's serious. So they keep squirting out the little juices of life that you need.
You and I aren't giving individual workout tips to anyone with this interview necessarily, because I would think that some doctors would say, hey, don't push yourself. Take it easy. But you're saying, no, push it. Push it hard.
Yeah, that's exactly what I say. And I don't know what the doctors, they have a mixed opinion on that. I say when you're doing as much as you can, running up, breathing, you can't harder breathe. That's the moment you push it harder. Look up ahead, pick out a tree. I can almost make that tree. I can make it. And a couple more steps beyond that.
I only know this 90-year-old version of Lew. And I like it, by the way, Lew. I like it a lot. But I'm curious about like 30-year-old Lew, 40-year-old Lew. Were you ever this like muscle bound fitness dude? Or have you always been like a lean, mean guy?
Well, I'm a physicist, and I liked I was pretty busy in my younger days, and with a career, and I always did cycling and horseback when I was in horseback riding. Uh, so I've never been muscle bound, not muscle bound, not any of that.
Tell me about getting ready for this sprint triathlon on Saturday. You're going to cycle, you're going to swim, you're going to run. So how are you getting ready this week for that challenge?
Well, I don't have to get ready. I'm always ready. I could do that any day, uh, any day, and I can do it the next day, and I can do it twice as far.
Are you afraid of coming across a little cocky here, Lew?
I feel really good. If you were inside of me, you would know that I feel. I don't know if I'm cocky, but I'm assured that.
I love it.
This little triathlon is not a challenge for me.
Let's talk about what I think is a challenge. I think you consider this to be a challenge, marathon running. And you told me that you hope to be the oldest person to ever complete the Portland Marathon. So when would that have to take place?
That's a little girl, Mavis, I believe her name was, and did it when she was 92. And of course, she was always a good runner. And I don't know who the oldest man is, but so yeah, doing the Portland Marathon is on my list of on my bucket list, if you will.
So you'll be 93 then in June of 2023. So that fall, then you could run the Portland Marathon in theory at the age of 93 if you want to set the record for oldest person ever. Are you marathon ready like today? Is that going to require additional training by you?
No.
You're ready.
I think I could run a marathon today if I had to. I'm in good shape. I just can't run very fast. When I turned 80, I did it. This is Hawaii Ironman, 15 hours and 48 minutes, and that's pretty good time.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I know. And
there has to be like younger people at these events. I mean, you'll see younger people at these triathlons and these Ironman events. I mean, people that could be 30, 40, 50 years younger than you. Do they look at you like, man, how the heck are you doing this?
Well, there are two things there. I'm always the oldest. So there's everybody's younger than me. Two, I really enjoy passing somebody and saying, you just got passed by an 87-year-old man.
Did they quit and just give up? Did they turn around and go home?
No, they said, good going.
Can we bring someone else into the mix here? Because as awesome as you are, we still needed the help of your wife to make this connection for this interview today. So we should bring Karen into the mix. And maybe the two of you.
Yeah, you have to understand that Karen is the engine that makes my life go. I mean, I was sort of given up, and then I met her, and she just wound my clock. Here she is.
Let's get the engine right next to you. Let's put the engine next to the body of the vehicle. So, Karen, he just paid you a great compliment there, Lew did. You guys are still kind of like newlyweds. Talk about how long the two of you have been married.
We were married 1 year on March 10th of this year.
So just recently
we got married.
Your first anniversary.
Yep. We got married in St. Thomas on the beach.
Okay. How about the meeting? How did the two of you meet? And how did you know this guy, Lew? He's not too bad. I think I want to spend the rest of my life with him.
Well, my husband had died, and my friends made me get on the internet to meet, and I had my stuff on there, and he called me.
I imagine that maybe Lew was sharing some of his accomplishments with you, some of his athletic feats, and maybe at first you were like, is this guy kidding me? Is he joking? Is this for real? I mean, did you have your doubts at all about some of these stories?
No, just because of the way he talked to me. But I know I was sitting there with my mouth on the floor the whole time because I couldn't believe I was with this guy.
Well, you guys look like a great couple. I will ask Lew to end this call and to end this conversation. Just what sort of advice do you have for anyone who not only wants to live a long life, but a long, healthy, enjoyable life like you're living now there with Karen?
Well, use it or lose it. People say, we run downhill, and you feel all these joints. How come your joints don't wear out? Because we're using them. See, people say, "Oh, I don't want to run downhill anymore because it hurts my joints." That's because you don't use it. So our body responds to impact, and you should have a good sex life. You should have a good diet. The obvious things. I'm no expert on diet, but Karen keeps me pretty well straightened out. Those are all good things, and it all goes together to make the package. But
do you concur with that, Karen?
Yes, I do.
I even have her doing it, running uphill. So.
How about this? Will Lew get a birthday cake on Saturday?
Yes.
What kind of cake are we talking about? Chocolate, vanilla, ice cream?
We're not diet.
It's chocolate with chocolate frosting made by the cupcake lady.
Will there be room for all 90 candles?
No, I decided not to do that, so I just got candles that say 90.
Well, hey, I hope you guys have a great time on Saturday celebrating Lew's 90th. Good luck, Lew, on the Sprint Triathlon, although you made it quite clear this will be a walk in the park for you, but we still really appreciate your time. And now that we've connected, we're going to stay in touch. I want to keep track of your athletic accomplishments moving forward.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Cool.